Hi, welcome to Beauty and Beyond. I'm Amy, and today's video is going to be a chatty one. So feel free to put this video on and go do some chores as I reflect on my no-buy / low buy for 2023 and my thoughts and feelings on project panning going forward. I've been mulling over my thoughts and my feelings about project panning for the past several months, and I was really inspired to go ahead and just put everything out there by after watching a recent collaboration between Sarah Rose and Shawna Ripari, and they kind of did the same thing where they reflected on project panning. And since I had already been thinking about doing this video, I decided to go ahead and get it out there. Their videos will be linked below so that you can check that out if you are looking for more inspiration or just kind of want some information about project panning to decide if it's right for you. Hi, Editing Amy here. I wanted to pop in and say two things really quick before we get too far into the video. This is one of the very few videos that I've done like this where I'm really kind of sitting down and opening up my heart and having a lot of thoughts that I want to share with you. So I do have some notes on a computer that I am kind of going through so that I don't forget something, because this is a really kind of heavy, important topic. Like I said, I have been thinking about this for a really long time, so I wanted to be able to get it all out there in the right way. And two, stay till the very end, because while I was worried that maybe some people think I think panning is awful, so stick around to the end to where you really hear my heart on panning and how panning really might be right for you. So I started my project panning journey in 2021 after I had discovered the project panning community on YouTube. I decided that year to kind of just start out very simply, and I did the Beauty A to Z project and logged my progress on a notepad. Then that year I had also opened up an Instagram account where I'm at Amy Pans, so I'd love for you to follow me over there. I kind of do a few new things and some of the same like shorts and content over on Instagram, so make sure that you're following me there. So I opened that up in 2021 just to kind of like be able to put some things out there. And in 2022, I decided to go ahead and start a YouTube channel. And my goal that year for starting YouTube was just to continue to like learn and grow as an educator myself. I love to learn new things, and I've always been curious about how the behind the scenes of a YouTube video and a YouTube channel works. So I wanted to go ahead and do my own channel and learn about technology and new things like that. And I also wanted to be able to share my love and excitement about makeup and beauty with other people. I don't really have anyone in my real life that is as passionate about makeup and skincare and all of that kind of stuff as I am. So this is a great way for me to be able to chat with people all around the world, which is so amazing. I'm so thankful for that. Just to see how you do makeup, how you do skincare, and to get your thoughts on the topics that I am also interested in. So YouTube has been very, very cool. In 2022, I also kind of decided to step up the number of projects that I did and things that I had been watching from some of my favorite project panners. And I joined the Graveyard Project Pan, and I did Deck of Panning, and several others that I really like to follow and watch here on YouTube. And in 2022 was a big year for me. I also decided to give myself some purchasing freedom. I wanted to be able to buy new things without feeling guilty. So I kind of like consciously made this decision of, okay, if there's something new that's out that you want, allow yourself to buy it. It's okay. If there was a new brand that I wanted to try out, or just that hot product, I wanted to be able to do that and get that for myself, which grew my makeup and beauty collection, and which was really exciting. But if I'm being honest with myself and with you, I also wanted to buy things so that I had more things to pan. Listen to me. Buying things to have more things to pan is the exact opposite of the goal of project panning, which is to use and finish up the things that you already own. So, in the back of my mind, I had that thought. I know that part of the reason why I'm buying things is because I want to be able to have more options when I'm doing a project so that I can have more things to pull and have a more fun project pan for myself. So because I, at the end of 2022, was really starting to experience some purchasing fatigue, I decided that I was going to embark on a no buy for 2023. I wanted my year of 23 to be about limiting my purchases and bringing new products in. Not really so much as a financial decision, but as a decision of, okay, I have so much stuff. I'm not going to be able to go through it all. Having 5 or 6 foundations was overwhelming for me. Having 10 mascaras was overwhelming for me. So I wanted to be able to say, okay, you need to stop buying for a while and use what you have. You can do that because you've got plenty of that. So when you put yourself on a no buy, a lot of people, you just create your own rules. And I set up rules for myself on what I could buy and when I could buy, like replacement things. And originally I was not going to buy anything until November of this year. But, the no buy kind of turned into a low buy. Oops. And I did buy some things, but those things were really well thought out. They were things that I was really, really interested in. And overall, the things that I ended up buying this year, I'm very happy with. There's only 2 products that I regret buying, and that was sort of a unique situation where Aether Beauty was going out of business. So, it was an extenuating circumstance. And there was going to be this FOMO of I'm not ever going to be able to get these eyeshadow palettes that I'm interested in. So I went ahead and bought 2 eyeshadow palettes from Aether Beauty, and really at this point in the year, I don't like them, and I'm sad that I did buy them because they don't work for me. So eventually my no buy turned into a low buy. However, I was really successful this year in 2023 because I was able to use up a lot of things that I had purchased the previous year, or if I didn't like it, or if I had too much of one category, I was able to declutter some of that to my mother-in-law who needed makeup throughout the year, and I had plenty that was either untouched or barely used. And so I was able to give her some things and help to kind of save her a little bit of money too. So 2023 was a really successful year, and I overall achieved the goal that I set forth from the previous year. About halfway through the year, I began to realize that I had been doing such a good job at my no buy / low buy that I really didn't have many more options in certain categories to use in project pans. I was sort of scrambling to be able to reuse something, or how can I do this, or how can I fill this project pan. And so realizing that my makeup collection was dwindling in a good way, I was scrambling for things to pan, and I decided to go ahead and only limit myself to working through 3 projects at a time. So I closed up some of my projects early because they really weren't fitting and serving me in the way that they needed to. So any more than 3 projects, really, ultimately, I feel like I am on this panning treadmill, hamster wheel, where I'm not going anywhere because I've stretched myself too thin. I was feeling, that panning fatigue of never meeting any goals or taking too long to meet goals and getting bored with the things that I was using. And that is not what project panning really should feel like for the person. It should be a way that you are using your products, but you're not punishing yourself for buying these things and forcing yourself to use something that you don't want, or forcing yourself to finish a project all the way through to the end of the year when you don't really need to. Another issue that started to come up in my project planning life stems from neglect. And I think that that's something that every project planner sort of battles with, of wanting to use things up. However, you're not using other things at the same time. And I could speak to that for days and days. And that's part of why I don't want to stretch myself so thin by doing so many projects, because then you're never meeting goals and you're neglecting things and you're not meeting goals, and it's just a cycle. So this neglect caused me to be able to see that some of my favorite things that I love are going bad because they're just sitting there in my little container, looking at me like a toy on a shelf, waiting for me to use them and play with them. And I'm not, because I'm focused on my project pan items. And so early, this is the situation in which really was like the catalyst, again, the combo of those two videos from Shawna and Sarah and this situation that I'm about to tell you. Earlier this year, I really dove into Persona Cosmetics. I had already had an eyeshadow palette from them, and I love it. And their blush sticks were something I was really interested in. So I bought a blush stick at the beginning of the year, and it was in the shade Jam. Loved it so much. It's creamy, they are pigmented, they last a long time, and Jam was definitely like a little goes a long way shade for me. I love all of the colors in the blush sticks line that they have, and I have 3 of them, kind of, which I'll tell you about in a minute. And I want all of them, but we'll see how that goes. This blush stick Jam I used no more than 10 times this year because I was doing a Pan That palette for a project, and my Pan That palette was a face palette from Benefit. So I was focused on hitting goals on that, and with other various projects I would try to squeeze in an additional blush. And at one time with that palette and other projects, I was working on like 5 blushes and then neglecting the other blushes that I had, like Jam. So during Black Friday, I had been waiting all year long to purchase a couple of more blush sticks in these particular shades that came out this year, which were Guava and Bloom. Oh, I just coveted after those so much, and I knew I was gonna wait, and I did. So during Black Friday, I got the 2 blush stick colors that I really wanted, and they came in, and I got my 3 blush sticks out, and I was admiring them and looking at them, and I noticed that my beloved Jam didn't, it smelled, and the other 2 did not smell. So something has gone off with my Jam blush stick. It smells kind of like crayons and kind of chemically, and the other 2 don't have that smell. And so in that blush stick, you're supposed to be able to use it on your cheeks and your lips. I will certainly not put that on my lips, and I don't know, I'll test it on my cheeks to see, but it smells really bad. And so I'm so sad and so disappointed in myself that I let something that I love and enjoy and was brand new basically go bad, all for the sake of panning and all for the sake of meeting a goal on, this palette that I had. And it just really hit me in a place that was an awakening kind of moment for me. Now I have all of these conflicting feelings about project panning. Watching others and their panning styles, realizing that I'm neglecting all my pretty things, and being really in a good mindset about being a more mindful purchaser and not just, over purchasing, but thinking through things, waiting a little bit, and letting the hype kind of die down has all led me to this mindset shift towards panning. I don't want to pan just to pan. I don't want to neglect my products. I don't want to buy more so that I have more to pan. I want to be successful in meeting goals. I want to use all my things, realizing that that probably means that I'm not going to use up as much as I would if I were dedicated panner. I want to buy what I'm interested in buying, and opening myself up to all of those feelings has really been very freeing and has led me to this one conclusion. For 2024, I'm only going to be working on 2 projects as they are written and by the creator for next year. And I'm going to tweak a project to kind of fit my goals for myself and my makeup collection that I have. And I'm also planning to do what I am calling a kind of project that I dreamed up in order to cater to my blush collection. I realized that project panning and its purpose has served me as it should. I've used up enough of my makeup collection and decluttered some to get my collection to a manageable position. I am looking forward to implementing these lessons that I've learned in 2024, making informed, thoughtful purchasing decisions, enjoying the products that I have, all of them in their glory, even just a little bit, and having fun with my makeup, guilt-free. I hope that I have been able to impart some sort of project panning wisdom on you. Project panning is by far not, the enemy in my life, but I've realized at this point that I need to make project panning fit me and not make me fit the project pans. So I think that's how I'm going to continue to implement panning in my lifestyle, is to tweak it to fit myself. And having that mindset and opening myself up to that and not being so rigid in the rules is very freeing indeed. So thank you for watching my video, and I hope that you will stick around and watch my next one. I'll see you later. Bye.